What's the most small-town thing you've witnessed? We have a village Facebook page. Every time the ice cream man drives into the village, the entire page goes ballistic. People send live updates of where the van is and which direction he's heading. The ice cream man has started accepting DMs so he knows which streets to go down. The traffic on the main street of my town is so sparse, two drivers going opposite directions can stop and talk to each other for a few minutes without causing any problem. I'm from a town of less than 2,000 people. When I worked at the grocery store, people would often drop off stuff for my family members because they didn't want to drive all the way down to our house. I no longer live there, but recently got a call from my daughter. She had been stopped for speeding and handed over her license and insurance, which happens to be in my mother's name. The officer goes, "Hey, you're Donnie's granddaughter. I ain't gonna write you a ticket, but I'm telling Donnie when I see him tomorrow, 'cause we're going fishing." She replied, "I think I'd rather have the ticket." A guy robbed a bank and everyone knew immediately who he was, and the teller got mad at him. I lived in a small town. When I moved there, people would ask, "Whose house did you buy?" Lived in a town of about 5,000, a woman walked into the DMV on a Friday, saw that there were 3 people ahead of her and left to come back another time when they weren't so busy. My dogs got out while I was working. The police called my niece's elementary school, she was a 5th grader, to get her to round them up and take them back home. Known criminal ran for sheriff. Numerous arrests and convictions over his lifetime. His campaign slogan was, "I know the jail inside and out." Edit, since folks have shown interest, thought I'd add the most recent event. I heard Bert got a DUI on Thanksgiving, so I asked him the next time I saw him what happened. He said, "Mama told me no more drinkin' at the house, so I went drinkin' in the truck. Left the grocery store and forgot a bag. Another customer brought it to my house. My fiancé took me to a popular festival in his tiny hometown. Some guy nodded and waved at him on the street. I asked how they knew each other. Fiancé told me he was the only other guy in town with the same name as him. Also, his dad told him not to sleep with a particular chick because she might be his half-sister." My hometown got a McDonald's in 1976. The town had a parade for it. When we were kids, my family hated doing any type of shopping with my father. Everyone pretty much knew everyone else, but he used to be a teacher, so he had some sort of relationship with everyone. We'd end up being in a single store for 3 hours, because he'd end up catching up with pretty much everyone we encountered. A friend's great-aunt lived in a tiny town about 40 to 50 miles from the suburb we live in. We went to visit her, and she had a newspaper laying out and I asked if I could read it. They had a lost and found section. It read like this: "Found a child's left glove, green," then gave an address. I couldn't believe it. I grew up in a town of 150 people. Moved away, but I keep in touch. A friend of mine posted a picture on Facebook a few months ago, tagging another friend, "Hey, Bubba, your pig got loose and is running around the Dollar General parking lot. Come get him." People were more surprised that they'd gotten themselves a Dollar General store than they were about Bubba's pig.